Well, good afternoon, YouTube. This is Pastor Lavelle Jennings here again from the Gazebo Talk. We're filming out of Scottsville, Michigan, but I have two special guests here today, Elliott, Lindsey, and we have Dustin, Draper. They were in the 90s, and they got some things to share about Ottawa and Baldwin and their life, their history. And I can't wait to hear it. In a few minutes, they're going to introduce themselves, and we're just going to enjoy the words we hear. God bless you, and stay tuned. Would you introduce yourselves?
Well, hi, my name's Elliott, Lindsey.
Okay.
Dustin, Draper.
Okay. Well, let me first start with you, Elliott. You grew up in Baldwin or Ottawa. Which one?
Pretty much both.
Okay. Now, is there a difference between Ottawa and Baldwin between the two that you would say?
I think so, yeah. In Ottawa, it's a lot of history where I grew up at as a kid, riding bikes, going down to the beach, playing around with kids and all that. Baldwin is a little different. Okay. We ain't had too many kids that way to play with, you know what I mean?
Okay. Drake, what about you? Now, where did you grow up at?
All over in Berrien County, Benton Harbor area. Moved up to Baldwin in 1993 with my grandparents.
Did you experience any kind of difference in as far as race, because they're, about 10% black is when you Google it.
Well, interesting is that down there, I guess coming up to Baldwin, an interesting story is I remember the first night coming up here, and you're driving through the woods, there's no city, there's nothing you're used to anymore. And in my young mind, I'm thinking, when is this ever going to end? Like, I had so much anxiety going into the woods like that. First day of school, it was very diverse, which allowed me to be more comfortable.
You didn't experience the way you were, blacks and whites like that where you were before?
No, not really. Most of the areas I was growing up in down there, I always had, I guess, a lot of black friends. Okay. So it was just natural for me.
It was natural for you.
Yeah, I guess if that's a good way of putting it. But
okay. What about Elliott? What about you, man? Now, did you experience any kind of racism the time when you grew going to school and everything?
No, I actually went to school for Baldwin 1 year, so no, I didn't.
Okay. Where did you go? You went to for 1 year. What year was that?
My senior year, I went to Baldwin.
Okay.
I went to school in Florida for pretty much my whole life, but of course I always came to Baldwin.
Wow.
Yeah.
But did you grow up? You grew up in Ottawa now, or did you? Were you born in Ottawa?
I was born in Big Rapids.
In Big Rapids, okay.
I lived in Ottawa.
Okay.
And Baldwin.
Okay.
Right across from the park.
Right across from the park?
The one that burned down.
Okay. What did you see mostly? What did you experience there? I mean, how was it around there? I mean,
for us kids, always at the park playing basketball, running to some of the older guys, teaching us how to play ball. And yeah, it was pretty much love back then. And
you pretty much grew up around a lot of white people.
Yep.
And I believe when we came in our era, because I came up from Chicago when the Bears won the Super Bowl in 1985. I remember that because Mom said we leaving out of Chicago, so I always use that as a landmark. But but I experienced when I went to all black school in Chicago, and when I came to Baldwin, it was whites and blacks, and I said, wow, I didn't know it was this diverse. And but you've experienced that. And this man here, you grew up with this man too.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay, so when did you meet Draper?
Sure was around
I wanted to say middle school time. You might have been up. I remember we kind of connected.
I went to Yates.
Okay, you went to Yates.
Yep, I went to Yates.
All right.
His dad had actually worked with me in shooting drills and different things, kind of helped coach me. So we always kind of had a connection. And when we came back to school there, we had an opportunity to play on the team together.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So Elliott, did you was there a nickname you called this man, or some kind of name back in school that you would share?
Can't remember. I'm old now.
I remember Ron. Ron started the whole thing.
Okay. Yeah, you remember Ron? Okay, go ahead. What do he call you?
D-Man.
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 All right. He always been D-Man.
He's always been D-Man.
I call you that to this day, but it's just so natural, yeah.
And so Back then, now, Elliott, did you have in your vocabulary? Now, come on, now, this is we talking about language of the black folks or slang language. Did you use the N word to address people? Something, what's up? You know,
No,
you
actually,
never used that.
Nope.
Okay, now what was that disrespectful? Because you know a lot of people use that.
Yeah, we really said dog a lot.
Okay,
back in my day.
All right,
Yeah.
all
What
right.
up, dog? How you doing?
Good.
Dog? Yep.
Good.
Yep.
Draper, did you have the unction, or did you even feel like you wanted to say that name one day?
Well, I'm glad you asked that
Go ahead.
question. Is in the late 80s, early 90s,
Yep.
being young, you started hearing other African Americans you went to school with saying that word, and the older generation was right there to not like it.
Okay.
So I mean, I guess at a young age, you don't say that word, but then the older African American community didn't appreciate that. So
Okay.
it was just, always felt it was just totally.
So you knew already.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So-
Did you have any kind of races in your family?
No.
Okay.
No, that wasn't something tolerated.
Praise
my
God.
grandfather, he actually helped in the stainless steel community, I believe in the 1970s. He received an award from the NAACP
Oh, really?
allowing the black community into those jobs.
Wow.
So there was never any kind of pressure in my family whatsoever with that. So,
Beautiful.
I'm very
Beautiful.
thankful for that too.
That's good. You know, Elliott, when you look back, you know, you played basketball. Did you guys play sports together back in the day as well?
Yeah, we played basketball together.
Okay. And Elliott, I hear tell that you do a lot, and I know that you do a lot for the community now. You're trying to put back. You got some kind of a, what's the name of what you got going on?
The name of my brand is FSBL.
FSBL. What is that? Explain that.
It's Future Stars Become Legendary. So pretty much it's about giving back to the kids like the older guys used to give back to me, and giving them a vision of actually believing in they could do something with themselves.
Wow.
You know, like I said, I had a lot of older guys, Reggie, Dante, man, it's so many, but it's so lost in Baldwin. Like,
Yes.
It's so lost.
Yes.
So I'm pretty much here just to bring it back. Like I said, I've been in all these kids' lives for 15 years, and now I want to grow something now that my son's older now, going to college. Now I want to kind of give back more, because a lot of my time was with him, but I want to give more back to the community, giving these kids something to do, and that's pretty much it.
And you travel with them sometimes too.
Oh
when
yeah,
you
we
go
definitely.
places.
Oh yeah, we definitely. I try to, like I said, get these kids from these small communities that never been out, take them to different places out of town, and let them see different stuff, because it's more than just this. But that's why.
Do you have any websites or anything that you?
I got a Facebook page.
Okay, you have a Facebook page, and you keep track or let people know about how your FS. What is that again? FSBL.
Yep. Future Stars Become Legendary.
That's wonderful, man. That you're doing something for the community.
Oh, for sure.
And it's not just black. It's mixture, right?
Oh, it's definitely
Wonderful.
Definitely mixture.
Wonderful. You know, when you look at it, Draper, you also got some experience in coaching.
Yes.
You know, what did you used to coach, and what's going on now with you? What you got going on now?
Well, 2016, I was hired as the boys JV basketball coach here in Mason County Central. And I think at times I've come back to Baldwin to help. Just the situation and the timing just didn't really bring me into any full-time positions over that way. But yeah, I just like giving back. You know, Elliott and I have connected at times when time is allowed.
Yeah.
You know, I know that we both wish that we had more time to work in those areas, but his vision is amazing.
Okay.
It's absolutely amazing. I've had players that could come together with players from Baldwin and play in different tournaments, get to know each other, become friends, and
that's what it's all about.
Build bridges, and communities are just broadened. And I remember a conversation Elliott had with me one night, and that was a big part of his vision, is bringing people together, uniting people together in this brand. I love it. It's absolutely amazing vision.
That's wonderful. Wonderful. Draper, what about Idlewild? Did you know much about Idlewild when you was up there? What do you know about that?
Some of my first friends that I made in Baldwin, at Baldwin Community School, had a lot of ties and family in Idlewild. So they'd be like, hey, let's go to the beach, you know. So that was really fun, you know, the barbecues going on, things like that. And
you had some soul food.
Oh, yeah. Actually, my mom used to. So that was
My
awesome.
soul brother right here.
Soul brother number one.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that was great. Thinking back, you know, I had a lot of good times out there with my friends. Yeah, for
Okay.
sure. And then my first boss after high school, Chuck Brooks.
Chuck Brooks. Okay.
He had houses and family out there, so I was able to, you know,
Wonderful.
continue, you know, learning.
So you
more
like
about
worked with Brooks?
Yeah,
Okay.
security contractor.
Okay.
And, yeah.
Okay.
Get done with the hard days of work, get in his driveway and play one-on-one.
Elliott, let me ask you this, and you too, Draper.
Okay.
Baldwin is not like it used to be, the participation. You go to the parks. I don't know if you remember back in the day, we used to go to the park, one basketball court, Elliott, and it was full. You had to wait to call a game. My son Laquan, he remember those days, and even I couldn't get in the game. I had to wait my turn, and when I started playing good defense, they said, okay, we'll do it. But do you remember those times? And what's the difference now than, Elliott, you first. What's going on, man? What do you think?
You brought that up.
Okay.
Yeah. Those are the times that I really remember. It's like Rucker Park to me.
That one basketball court.
Man, that one court right by the tennis court.
Wow.
I remember that little kid watching, man, it was crazy. But
Yes.
Yeah.
I want to bring that back.
Go ahead,
But
yeah.
It's so hard to because today's world, internet, kids, video games, they interest in stuff is different. Girls, this, that.
Yeah.
They don't really want to come out. But with FSBL, I want to bring them together.
Okay.
So we can still do that and have fun. And it's starting to build a little bit, to be honest.
You see some, yeah.
Yes, I've definitely seen these kids from Ludington, all of them coming together and hanging out more just because of basketball. Like, I want to do more with football, different, but they are coming together. So I want to bring that back to the community,
Yes.
pretty much this whole area.
White and black.
Oh, of course.
Wow, that's amazing. Draper, what do you think? What do you see?
When I'm thinking back at the park, yeah.
Okay.
Like Rucker Park. We try to get there early because in the evening you got shifted out, but you still stayed because it was amazing. It was
Yes.
fun. You just always like, oh, I hope I get picked.
Yes.
Usually not. Being friends with Ron, I was like, okay, maybe Leroy will pick me up.
Okay, okay,
You know,
okay.
He always got to play. And
real,
actually,
like
when you
that.
spoke of Dante,
Yeah.
I remember the first night I got picked, he said, actually, let me get little man over here. I'm like, okay. You know, if I got to play the lights at night with all, you know,
It gave us hope.
all the greats, I would say, because there
Yeah.
were so many amazing nights out there. And yeah, I got an opportunity. So when I got the ball, I said, I better do something.
Took advantage of it.
Make a play so I could maybe get picked up again in the future.
Made the thing. That's crazy.
Did you say you have to put up? You have to speak up for all the white people at least, so they can call more on you.
I don't know. I might have been the only one there. I don't know. It doesn't matter.
So yeah. So okay, Elliott. So Draper, what do you see that changed with the different? You know, what do you think's going on? I mean, you said the games, Elliott. You said you know.
Just the lack of interest of doing anything really. Like the internet world got them lazy. I'm not gonna even lie.
Yeah, I mean, kids just would. I mean, they'd either ride their bikes from town,
Yeah.
Idlewild, Big
Yes.
Star Lake, whatever it took. I mean, just people gathered there. It was all about, I don't know, the participation, just the wanting to be a part of that, the competing. It seems like that feeling has kind of just almost vanished a little bit, you know. Even when I do get a chance to drive through, you always want to drive by Hollister Park. You don't see too many people there anymore just doing much, where there was always people there.
Okay.
So
you see a big change in it too, though. You know,
even in this community and on some of the playgrounds, I'll, you know, just feel an itch, take a basketball, want to shoot on an outside rim, and there's just nobody around.
You think it's drugs too, Elliott, or if women? You think that has a part to play in it? What do you think?
It's just life in general. I think
Just life in general?
in general.
Yeah, just the technology and everything that's moving forward.
It's too fast. And they're grabbing a hold of it too quickly.
Okay, but you're trying to, and I appreciate that, Brother Lindsey. You're doing a lot with these kids, and Draper, you and yourself, you also enter into ministry. Seem like
Yes.
feel a certain point in your life where God is calling you. Is that true?
Yeah, he is calling me in different directions, and my heart is open to wherever he wants to lead me. You know, obviously, you know, having the restaurant, you get to minister with the customers and the young people that come through. But I know that there's many possibilities out there.
Okay.
And my heart is definitely open, you know, for that next season for sure.
And you're a business owner as well. You have a restaurant here in Scottville, because that's where we're in Scottville.
Yes.
Okay. What made you go into the